Okay, so let's dive in. Today, we're really digging into something crucial for law firms now,
Hmm.
their website. Because, for most potential clients, that first look isn't in your office anymore, it's online. Your website is like your digital front door, it's your lobby, open 24/7, maybe even your hardest working salesperson quietly working in the background. But here's the rub. In the legal world, it's competitive, really competitive. An old, clunky website, one that's hard to use, that's not just a missed chance. It actually pushes potential clients away before you even know they were there.
Yeah, and what's interesting is how specific tools are popping up to fix exactly that. We've seen sources talking about platforms like Marketing 360. They bill themselves as a big marketing platform, number one, actually. And their whole pitch is about creating websites for law firms that really work. High converting, mobile-friendly .god, designed, specifically to pull clients in, keep them interested, and then get them to actually contact the firm. It's about making that website more than just an online leaflet. It's a real asset.
Okay, so high performing, high converting. What does that actually mean for a law firm site? It's got to be more than just like a list of practice areas.
Right.
It's about building this online engine that guides people, a client journey, basically. And that journey, it starts with attraction. So, yeah, it needs to look professional. That builds trust,
Yeah.
credibility, super important in law, but just as important, maybe more so, is the SEO. Search engine optimization. It has to be baked in from the start. Think about it.
Yeah.
Someone searches divorce attorney near me or, business lawyer in city name. Your site needs to show up. And that's not just keywords, it's local stuff, technical bits, making sure you're visible right when they're looking.
Right. And connecting that, once they do land on your site, the next job is to engage them, keep them there. So the design has to be intuitive, easy to get around, find what they need quickly. Compelling bios for the attorneys are key, too.
Yeah.
Builds that human connection, shows the expertise, but also value. Content that actually helps them, that explains tricky legal stuff in plain English. Someone looking for advice on, say, estate planning. They need clear answers, maybe simple FAQs, not walls of legal text.
Yeah, exactly. Provide value up front. And that leads us straight to conversion, turning that interest into, well, contact. A site that converts well makes taking that next step incredibly easy. Obvious, even. Big, clear buttons, schedule a free consultation, get your case reviewed, simple contact forms, maybe online scheduling.
Makes sense.
For someone who's maybe stressed or just busy, making it easy to reach out, that can be the decider. It's literally the difference between getting that client
And then clicking away to a competitor.
Exactly. And speaking of easy mobile, it's absolutely essential. We know, over half of web browsing happens on phones now?
Easily. Probably more for local searches.
So if your site looks terrible or is impossible to use on a phone, you're basically slamming that digital door shut on a huge chunk of potential clients.
Right.
Bounce rate goes up, leads go down. Good platforms, like the one mentioned, make sure it looks great everywhere. Any screen.
And, the real benefit of using a dedicated platform, I think, is that it handles all that complexity for you. You get the professional site, the one that performs, without having to become a web design guru or an SEO expert yourself.
Right.
Which means, less time wrestling with tech.
Right.
And more time doing what you actually do,
Yeah.
practicing law, providing great service. The whole point, really, and why we're diving into this, is helping your firm stand out. Get noticed. Get the results it deserves in a tough market.
So let's bring it back to you listening. What does all this mean for your firm? How important really is your website for generating leads right now? Is it pulling its weight? And what do you see as the biggest challenge in making your site, truly stand out from the rest? Does this idea of an expert team focus just on law firm sites using an all-in-one platform, does that sound like it could be the answer to attract, engage, and ultimately convert more clients? Something to think about. Let's make sure that digital first impression really counts.